Yo, wanted to get on here real quick, do something to respond to what we knew, what we were kind of hoping wasn't going to happen, but ended up happening. And I wanna, I wanna invite all you people that's been in these comments this past couple of weeks talking about um how TVD it was TVD's fault and how we're going too hard on Mario and Mario needs 4 years and all of this stuff. You watched the game today. I watched the game today. Um, Unless we were watching two completely different games today, we seen what we've been seeing all year. It is coming down to coaching. It's simple. It's some games that are won on simple time management, on some of the simple things that when you have a coach who understands time and situation, you are not worried about certain things. But we this is another winnable game we somehow let slip. It keeps happening. And when it keeps happening, like we gotta go to where it starts, and it starts with coaching. If the players are undisciplined, it's coaching. What was the thing that we all complained about with Manny Diaz? Right? We liked Manny Diaz, but we said Manny, the defense. You're supposed to be a defensive minded coach, and the defense couldn't tackle anything. We're giving up, all types of rushing yards. Our passing defense was terrible. But we didn't put it on the players. We said the coaches need to have them in the proper position to be successful. They need to be coached up. They need to understand scheme. They need to understand where they need to be on the field. They need to understand coverages. And we put it on Manny, right? We put it at the foot of Manny. I don't know why we're not putting it at the foot of Mario. I don't know why we're not. And all these people saying he needs 3 years, 4 years, 5 years to get it together for what? I just watched Missouri's coach. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. He's in his second year. They're ranked number 9 right now. They're sitting at 8-2. Um, and they've given Georgia their toughest test this whole year, and their program is looking like nothing but moving up. Miami has the talent. They have the talent. The thing he was supposed to do, solidify the offensive line. Okay, so the offensive line is there. So what is the excuse? That's what I'm just not understanding. When we look at everything that needed to be in place, all right, TVD came in as supposedly as the guy at the helm that you want, right? He was ACC Rookie of the Year. He came in, he was coming into the second season, highly touted. He had a Heisman campaign behind him. All right. He didn't have a stellar year. Injuries. Okay, we'll put it to injuries. But this year, TVD has, you could say, you know what? He had Josh Gaddis. Okay. Not the right offensive coordinator. But now he has the right offensive coordinator, air raid, offensive line. So listen, this I gotta hear me out. He has the offensive line. He has the offensive line behind him. So there should be you have the running attack, you have the receivers. You actually got 4 or 5 tight ends. So there should be nothing that stops Miami from putting up the points because you have everything at play. Everything should be there. So I don't understand how we're trying to find excuses for what's happening on the field. And we're gonna get into, later, we'll do another video where we get into the all the X's, the O's of the game, and the plays and everything that happened. But what I'm trying to get across to you guys, and I invite you guys to come into the next video, into the next stream, and to get in the comments, because I want to bring y'all on, because y'all have been getting on me about how we've been saying coaching is the primary issue. It's the primary issue. If everything else is at play there, we have the offensive line, we have the receivers, we have the tight ends, we have the running game. So why aren't we, you know, finishing? Why when we get on the 5 yard line, we have 4 plays to score? The game is in hand and we can't score. It's simple. It's simple. Everything is there, right? If we have everything is there, the quarterback is playing well, so we can't put it on TVD. Hey, the running game is doing what it's supposed to do. Mark Fletcher's having a good game. All right, so Fletcher's having a good game. TVD is having a good game. Restrepo damn near had 200 yards receiving. All right, so you know what? Receivers are doing their thing. For the life of me, I don't understand how we have a 6'5" receiver. So you want to throw from the 5 yard line, it gets real tight. All right. So you got to have plays. This is why I say coaching. Coaching comes into play. You got to have plays to where when the field is really small, you can do stuff to open it up, or you give your offense an opportunity to be able to find some space there. It's misdirection. You see a lot of tosses into quarterback rollouts, throwbacks to tight ends. You see, a lot of misdirection plays because you want to give your offense some space. All right, because it's real tight down there. You want to throw. All right, you want to throw. You have a 6'5" receiver who is a high point specialist. This is what Kobe Young does. Because I don't know why else you want to throw 55 screens to him every game. Like, that's the only route he knows how to run. He doesn't run. He lines up on the far boundary on the left side, and they throw wide receiver screens to him. Like, he doesn't know how to run any other route. All right. He's a high point specialist. First play, you run it to Mark Fletcher. All right, I give you that. You tried to maybe pop one up the gut 5 yards. He is a load, and he's been running the rock. All right, he may just truck through some people, score a touchdown. Don't happen. All right. Next play, you roll out, try to get TVD out the pocket. Okay, doesn't work. Next play, you try to throw some type of slant to Restrepo. You're getting dicey. You gotta fit that one in there perfectly. It's not a lot of room down there. I don't know about that one. Last play, true indeed, it was a pass interference call, but a terrible play call. It was just a terrible play call. And you had 4 plays to tie the game up. And coaching, not the players on the field, coaching is supposed to create something to give the players the opportunity to succeed. Like, you look at the analytics. Hey, this play right here, this play right here, this play right here, this play right here against this defense has this chance of success. Do they run it? No. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what they're doing. I can't. I don't have nothing else to turn it to. When you look at what happens with other coaches consistently, I'm not. Your guys already seen what the tight ends did to us this week. Louisville seen that. Okay, this is something that Miami may have an issue with, and it's not the primary thing that we do, but we're going to strategize against Miami's weakness on defense, which is linebacker coverage. All right. Our linebackers aren't really good at coverage. They can, other than Malinoga, who's, you know, Cloyd and Flag, they're not really, and Basaint, they don't really, you know, excel in coverage. All right, that's not what they do. So what does Louisville do? Play after play, 4th and 2. It looks like it's going to be a a running back play, a running play to the back. They pull and they slip a tight end out into the flat. When they need to get a touchdown, a first down, I mean, it would just play after play after play after play after play. Tight ends would just going to work because our linebackers are overrunning plays, they're out of position, and they're just playing to our weakness. So they're just strategizing. This is coaching, right? Now, once the coaching has identified plays that are going to make you successful, and if you look at we talk about analytics, and you look at the efficiency of certain plays against certain defenses, formations, against certain players and their tendencies. All right, we know if in this situation they like the blitz, when they bring the blitz, we know we can slip the tight end out the back, and we should, even if it gets us 4 or 5 yards, but it gets us the first down. This is what we do. Now, you look at the game last week against NC State. NC State, their thing was they had a player, can't remember his name, Concepcion, who was their dynamic playmaker. And what they did was put him all over the place, all over the field. They lined him up receiver, quarterback, wildcat. They lined him up in the slot. They lined him out wide. They lined him up everywhere and was figuring out ways to get him the ball. And then they had running packages for their other quarterback. So what they were doing, strategizing against Miami's weakness. All right, this is what in our scheme, how we could be successful into exposing the weaknesses in their defense. Come to this week, it was tight end play, right? And their running back had a decent game. I don't want to say they didn't go crazy. It wasn't 200 yards rushing, but their running back had a decent game. We gave up 162 yards rushing, which if you look at it, you say, oh, that's not a whole lot of yards, but compared to what we had been giving up, that is a lot of yards. And their running back, um, Giordano, had 6.2 yards per carry, which is a lot. So I'm just going back, and like I say, in another video we'll talk about the game more. I'm just going back to how y'all got to get off the fuck shit, like straight up, man. Get off the fuck shit. We all fans, right? We all fans. We want to see our team do well. We got to stop with this coaching shit. Like it doesn't matter. Oh, it's on the players. The players are the ones on the field that are gonna make the plays, which is very true. But the X's and O's of the game, that's why the coaches are on the field. Unless they would just put the players out there and just say, go do what y'all do. Coaching matters. And Mario, being that he's the head, he has to take the bulk of the blame. Now, Gidry, I don't know what the hell was going on out there, but I'm starting to see some of these players ain't being coached up. Cause week after week after week after week, and I've been calling it out, and it's just like, man, I love these dudes. They some dogs. I rock with them, but I'm sorry, James Williams be out of position, like all the time. He's just on the field wherever. He's never in the right place. He overruns plays. He doesn't make tackles, and he doesn't have elite speed. So when he's out of position, he can't catch back up to the play. So somebody else has to compensate for him. Cam Kitchens, as much as I love Cam is the All American because he gets the picks. We need the picks. We need the turnovers, but also out of position, takes bad angles for tackles time after time after time after time. This is something that coaching has to identify and put the players in and be like, look, this is what you do in these positions to make sure. Now I will say there's certain things that have seems like they've been addressed, like letting the quarterback get out of the pocket, keeping contained. But that was just like so blaring of an issue, it was easy to address that. But I keep seeing plays where Cam Kitchens or James Williams are out of they're not where they should be. And they're out of position. And they're overplaying the ball or they're staring in the backfield. Because the tight ends are just like the middle of the field is just open all night. Like all night. The entire night. Coaching has to identify certain things. Our linebackers, I'm sorry, but Saint like same thing. Running backs open, tight ends open, overrunning plays. Our our defensive line actually played pretty well, even though they didn't have any sacks. They weren't in the backfield all night, but our defensive line was doing things like holding up the line for the linebackers to attack. But you see the linebackers out of position, linebackers not, attacking at the attack point like they should be. This is consistent. This is consistent. And we gotta just stop. We gotta stop with the fuck shit. We just gotta keep it real on what it is. And what it is coaching. Like it come to me. I'm sorry, y'all. It comes down to coaching. It comes down to coaching. I know this whole maybe the past 4 or 5 weeks. We've been going back and forth on the TVD thing, and I've been saying, you know what, TVD is playing bad, and you got to call a duck when it's a duck, and it was quacking like a fucking duck. But I don't think TVD is a bad quarterback. I think he's lost his confidence. He wasn't making his reads. But this is where you coach up a player. You coach him up. You coach him up, and you get him into the situations where he could be successful. You coach him up. All right, it's as simple as that. And not getting coached up. Players not getting coached up. Um, Even situations where you tell the players, hey, the game is still online. We need to just stay disciplined and locked in. Are they staying disciplined and locked in? Nope. I think the team takes on the personality of the coach. If the coach doesn't have the right personality, the team reflects that. If the coach has a mediocre, we just want to be in the game mentality, the team's going to take on that mentality. If you got a coach that likes going for the jugular, takes risks, and a roll the dice with you, then that's what the team is going to do. And I think the team has taken on the personality of Mario Cristobal, who's happy with being. I think he goes to put on the front like, my team, and I'm gonna stick by my team, and da 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 da. But if they finish out the season, like I say, 6-6, you bowl eligible, right? I guess we'll be happy about that. But yeah, just wanted to, I said it was gonna be quick and got a little bit long winded, but I'll be back on with a whole recap of the game and kind of break it down. But like I said, I want to invite some of y'all to jump in the comments or holla so we can get you on and we can talk about it. Cause yeah, man, this coaching, I ain't rocking with it, man. I ain't, and we could break it down to where we could see where I feel like it's really affecting the players and it's affecting the outcome of the games. And we could say referees, and we've had different situations with the referees, but it don't always come down to the refs. But this shit dog is real from the bottom of the map, and another loss. It is what it is. Still all about the you, baby. Still all about the you.